Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This guy developed a machine that uses his tears to help him mail a letter. Many warehouses and airport hangars have a system in place to release an enormous amount of foam to extinguish fires.
That's hey Carl, there's your bubble bath, huh? That is crazy. Oh, sweet. Sounds like you had it down.
We call it a snow day.
Yeah.
My son! He's my son! No, he's not my son! Shut the fuck up!
This is what it looks like when freshwater meets saltwater. This is located in Canada where a river runs into the Pacific Ocean. This is called an angiogram, which is an imaging technique doctors use to look at veins and arteries. If you look at where the arrow is, you can see where doctors found a blocked artery on this patient using an angiogram. This is called the USS Zumwalt, and it is the most technologically advanced warship in the world. This ship costs about $4 billion to build and is currently stationed in San Diego, California. This is called a Kia, and they are the only parrot in the world that can survive in cold, mountainous weather. These birds live in the mountains of New Zealand and are currently an endangered species, as fewer than 8,000 currently exist.
They've been following us up all the way to the mountains, so it's been quite nice and haven't been too mischievous. But yeah, lucky to get up here in one piece.
Kia are extremely intelligent birds and have been observed creating their own tools to obtain food.
It's the Kia rolling snowballs.
These birds will seriously eat anything that looks interesting to them, such as plants, metal, aluminum, rabbits, or even sheep.
Are those chips good?
Do you think they pick their bands off? Hey, Jack. Yeah! Woo! Oh,
this is what a regular gun sounds like. And this is what it sounds like with a silencer attached.
You are a god, sir.
Wait!
Here's how you make a smoothie with a blender.
Oh my gosh.
Look, mate. Look. Oh, he blew a ring. Did you see that? Hello? Hello?
So is this thing officially a truck or a train now? These are called archer fish, and they love to spit. Archer fish use this ability to spit to knock insects and other prey into the water. These fish have some ridiculous range and can spit at their target from over 16 feet away.
Oh my god. Oh. Yes!
This car is getting inspected at a security checkpoint. Here's a little bit of what modern breakdancing looks like. Here's the reason why wheels on a car don't work the same way as wheels on a train. On a car, the wheel spins freely around and the middle axle stays in place. Using this method, the train would derail and fall off the track every single time. That's why the wheels of a train are attached and rotate with the axle at the same speed. Using this method, the train is much more stable. There's a pet show where they save cats and dogs from animal shelters, and then they have them perform simple tricks.
You cake? Are you excited? Are you excited? Happy birthday, Dixie! Happy birthday, Dixie! Oh my goodness! Hi, Quinn!
Using only vibrations alone, you can make water jump. Here's what happens when you take a burger from a fast food chain and an organic burger without any preservatives and just let them sit for a couple weeks. This painting by Leonardo da Vinci is the most expensive painting ever sold at an auction. The painting sold for $400 million, but the buyer also had to pay an additional $50 million in fees.
370 million. Back to Francois' client at $370 million, ladies and gentlemen. 400 million. At Christie's, $400 million is the bid, and the piece is sold.
This is the Airfish 8, and it's a plane that's designed to fly right above the water. The purpose of this plane is to make transportation on water both faster and safer. The Airfish 8 is so safe that it can land without the pilot's help. There's an augmented reality program that allows professionals to see where pipes and cables lie underground. This is Portugal, home to some of the biggest waves in the world. This camera crew documents the dangerous job of rescuing surfers that fall off their boards.
Ahí con pez.
This is called a fire piston, which is used to make fire by only using air. The air in the tube gets compressed so quickly that the molecules are trapped and create enough heat to start a fire.
Okay, I'm going to hold it down with my hand here. There we go.
Flammable objects are placed in the tube to act as a fuel source. This is a bota fumerio, and it's a giant container used to hold burning incense. Only a few cathedrals in Europe still carry out this tradition that dates back to the 11th century. This is called a sea toad, and they use their fins as feet and hands to support their body.
I think he's going to actually swim away.
I think he is too. Here he goes.
He says, they're on to me. It's time to move.
That was it. That was his big move.
Here's what happens when you take a bunch of rotating saws and attach them to a helicopter. Here's what's going on inside your brain right now. This is time-lapse footage of neurons making new connections with other neurons. When you think of something, when you learn something new, these little guys are helping you make those connections.
Like I'm ripping a fight. Done.
There's a beer company that made edible six-pack rings so turtles and fish won't be harmed by any plastic pollution.
Six-pack rings. A six-pack ring that feeds animals instead of killing them. We developed a material made of barley and wheat remnants from the brewing process that replaces plastic and also is edible for sea animals.
About 200 years ago, people in India decided to make a bridge that's completely made out of the roots of living trees. There's actually several bridges just like this one that can be found throughout India. Someone decided to build a stadium on a little tiny island in Norway. The field is actually made of artificial turf, so there's no need to maintain any grass. By using this giant stamp roller, you can make it look like a wall was made out of bricks. These are tumbleweeds, and they are extremely efficient at moving in the wind. Sometimes they cluster together, and they have the ability to take over entire towns. A few days ago, a city in California was completely taken over by a tumbleweed migration. This is the largest no-kill dog shelter in the world, located in Costa Rica. There's over 600 dogs here that visitors and volunteers can play with. This is Malibu, California, where the weather is always perfect. Sometimes turtle shells break when they're laid, but if they're lucky and placed in perfect conditions, the turtle can still grow and survive.
Hi everybody! Hi everyone! How was nap time?
Here's what the Aurora Borealis naturally looks like in real time without any video editing whatsoever.
Tiens. Passe devant, passe devant.
This father reunited with his daughter after being gone on deployment. This mama pup is really concerned about her baby pups. Here's a video of a bunny running away on 2 legs. These are Mexican jumping beans, and at first glance, they appear to be magical. There's actually little tiny moth larvae living inside of these beans. The reason why they make the bean jump is because the larvae feel too warm and they attempt to move the bean to a cooler environment. And this is what they look like when they fully transform into moths. This person in Portugal was riding this giant wave and ended up breaking their back, but don't worry, 7 months later, he's back riding waves again.
André Cotton. And the bomba. And the bomba. Ah!
This is what cucumber harvesting looks like from above. This artist is using a method that engraves metal foil into a piece of paper. In case you're wondering, this is how burger commercials are filmed. The different pieces of the burger are placed on rubber bands, and the rubber bands are then cut and a slow motion camera follows their movement all the way down to the table.
Our servos cut the rubber bands and everything just kind of lined up perfectly. We got really lucky, and as you see in the real-time playback, it happened so fast. Once I had the idea, I realized I was going to need to build something not just for this shoot, but for future shoots that would give me precision control over the timing of all the events.
Dairy Queen wanted to advertise how their ice cream is so thick that it won't fall out of the cup when it's served upside down.
Déjame abrir mi panorama, eso es lo que digo.
Here's what it's like to go camping in Norway. This is the capital of North Korea, home to over 3 million citizens, and there's a few reasons why this place looks so empty. The first reason why is that almost nobody owns a car, and not many people can even afford one. The other reason is that after the Korean War, the city had to be completely rebuilt. The government created an entirely new city with thousands of apartments, but not enough people to fill out the space. There's robots in Japan that can give you soft serve ice cream along with the topping of your choice. This is an automatic CPR machine specifically designed so it doesn't break your ribs. This person's garage is so big that they put a speedboat inside of it. There's these birds that have 2 inflatable air sacs located on their chest that's used to attract females. If you listen closely, the air sacs make a really weird sound when they wobble. This is what the human mouth looks like while talking or singing under an MRI machine.
Achten Sie bitte auf diese Vorgänge bei den Vokalen A, E, I, O, U.
Ist mein Herz und soll es ewig bleiben.
This waterfall located in Yosemite National Park was caught making rainbows. There's a type of plant that's really shy and folds up when you touch them.
Voila.
Someone created a bed that eats you in the event of an earthquake. This bed will sense an earthquake seconds before it hits your home, and in the process, actually eats you. I'm not really sure how well this would work because the sensors would prevent the bed from closing if you have a pillow or a blanket hanging off the edge. The bed can also have a storage area for water and food while you wait for rescuers to save you.
The frame of the bed can be marked with identifying signs to make it easier for rescue teams to find it. The bed can also be equipped with a radio beacon.
Do you like your new toy? All right.
This is what it looks like when a bald eagle goes swimming. Eagles do not like to swim and only swim when they catch a fish that is too heavy for them to fly away with.
I've never seen the neck look.
That's insane. Wow, that's definitely worth it.
Isn't that cool? We were just telling you about this a half an hour ago.
So cool.
You guys put this in years back. It's all part of the tour. I planned this. Yeah.
Did you see the...
There's a brand new suspension bridge located in South Korea that's 200 meters long and about 100 meters above the ground. This bridge is not for everyone because this bridge actually moves very easily.
여기 바람 불나 와야겠구만. 바람 안 불면 안 보이나?
지네 보라 그래. 아유, 너무 하더라. 야, 미치본 줄 아냐? 하정을
between gorillas and humans is their size.
This is one of the most dangerous airports in the world, located in France. This is a really confusing perspective because the plane looks like it's moving downhill, when in reality it's actually landing and traveling uphill. Here's a really interesting watch. The hour numbers rotate onto the stationary minute marks.
Exactly. It's really, we are very positively surprised how smooth and how less energy.
Here's a really neat machine that has perfect penmanship. This is what it looks like when you put the air conditioning on at full blast on an airplane. These two girls have been FaceTiming each other for the past 3 years and have never met in person. So their mom surprised them and had them meet for the very first time.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what? That's hilarious. belated birthday.
Oh my god. Are you real? Yeah. I'm real. Hi.
There's these clams that spend their free time digging in and out of sand really quickly. When people make music videos, they usually have incredible visuals, but this is what a music video sounds like without any music.
Pepper. Pepper, look at me, please, Pepper. Pepper. And action.
There's a spa in Australia that's totally dedicated to treating newborn babies. These neck floats the baby use are part of a hydrotherapy exercise. Here's a video of a crab blowing bubbles. The reason why many artists like to use varnish on their paintings is because it really helps make the colors come to life. This is polyethylene glycol, and it's a type of liquid that has the ability to pour itself.
Look at that. Just up and over the end of it.
In case you didn't know, snake eggs sometimes stick together. The reason why snake eggs stick together like this is to discourage predators from stealing them. It also protects the babies from rolling around, as snake embryos lack the anchor that attaches them to the side of an eggshell.
Yeah, you're good. Whole pile grabber. Beautiful.
I'm done.
That's the way to do it.
This is a bobtail squid, and sometimes they like to hide in the sand. There's a private villa in France that you and your friends can rent out for about $700 a night. What's cool about this place is that it has one amazing aquarium pool. These are the blue angels, and they love flying in really tight formations. What you're looking at right now are little tiny microbes that live in the digestive system of a termite. These microbes help break down the wood that the termite eats. They also can't be found anywhere else in the world except in a termite. This dog is really scared of walking on a glass floor. This is what it's like to go swimming through a cloud of jellyfish. Here's a mama fish hanging out with her baby fish. If you don't have a pet bee right now, you're missing out. This bread hates mustard because whenever you put mustard on it, it falls right off. So what's going on here is that this piece of bread was sprayed with a hydrophobic coating. This coating can be applied to pretty much anything, and you'll see similar results. The United States Navy currently owns the most powerful railgun in the world. This gun has the ability to launch a projectile over 200 miles in the air by using magnetism and electricity. This elephant herd wandered into farmland and started eating the crops, so local farmers shot arrows at the elephants and many were wounded. This baby elephant stayed by his friend's side while volunteers helped remove the arrows. This is flame weed control, where farmers use tanks of propane to burn unwanted pests or weeds. I know that this looks like a painting, but it's not. This is what the true beauty of Iceland looks like. case you didn't know, this is how solar panels are cleaned. Some trees show a blood red color when they're cut, and although this looks like blood, you're only looking at water and sap. The most notorious tree for producing this color is called the dragon's blood tree, which can be found in northern Africa.
Incroyable, cet arbre, il saigne. Fascinant. C'est un chêne.
This is the South China Sea where bright blue waves can be spotted at night. Bioluminescent plankton create this blue glow when the water is disturbed.
Едешь, брат?
Алейкум ассалам. Да ничего, с девчонкой выехал покататься.
Красивая?
Посмотри сам.
Она. Ну ты опасный, брат.
Нравится моя киска?
There's a restaurant in New York that serves chicken that has been smothered in 24 karat gold. This order will cost you about $1,000 to prepare.
There's abundant light. Frozen bread. Cat's okay, no dog.
Food God buffalo wings. How beautiful are these? These are unbelievable.
This is called a palace cat, and they are very, very small, probably smaller than your cat at home. These fluffy cats live in China and are impossible to domesticate, which means they will try and kill you.
Stopped breeding, they went, oh well, and then they made the excuse of the business and everything.
It defeats the purpose.
And just trying to get through to them.
These guys remove the back wheels from this car and replace them with wheels from a cart. This is the Kelly Slater Surf Ranch, which is located right in the middle of California farmland. This giant device that looks like a train pushes water to create the perfect wave every single time. This is called a 3D zoetrope, which makes still figures come to life by spinning them really, really fast. This company made a spoon that's specifically designed to make it easier for people with disabilities to eat. Here's time-lapse footage of Thanos being created using a 3D printer. This is a washing machine that's designed for people that don't have electricity. This is called a life vac, which is basically a plunger you put over your mouth to remove items that were stuck in your throat. It might look unconventional, but this device actually works and has saved the lives of 12 people.
It's as easy as place, push, pull. Save a life.
At the forehead coming down, seal it, tight seal, push down hard, pull up hard, look for a result. Did it work?
This cat is totally deaf and can't hear anything, so this vacuum doesn't scare him at all. These are called tuna crabs, and they move around in giant swarms. They have the ability to take over and change an entire ecosystem, so this obviously upsets the locals. This is what it looks like when you extract electricity from a Tesla coil using a syringe.
Let's try it again.
Look at that. It's beautiful. Seems like electrons travel easier and further in vacuum.
This is called a Galton board, and it properly demonstrates probability. Although we don't know where a specific ball will land, we know that there is still a general trend. These are the only monkeys in the world that eat grass as their main source of food. Living in the mountains of Ethiopia, their digestive system is nearly identical to that of a sheep. No other monkey can digest grass the way these guys can. This is called an iguana yacht, and it has the ability to go in and out of water on its own.
Stand up, buddy.
Time to wake up.
Let's get up.
This is the smallest house ever created by humans. The house measures at 20 micrometers long, which is the thickness of about 3 human hairs. The house was cut out and then folded together, kinda like you would with origami. This floating dock helps surfers jump onto waves. Someone decided that instead of putting cheese on a burger, they would put cheese inside of a burger. Once a year, police officers in Mexico are ordered to protect the nests of sea turtles that lay eggs on the beach. This is a baby axolotl eating a worm, and the reason why this is so cool is because you can still see the worm inside of his body after it's eaten. There's a watch you can buy for about $600,000 that allows you to play the slot machine.
Oui, bah oui, non, mais c'est relativement discret en fait, mais je pense que c'est aussi le fait qu'on soit sur un métal blanc qui aide. Oui, t'as une phase de...
There's a company that's trying to develop their own water taxi service similar to Uber, where all you need to do is pull up your phone and request a ride. The boat is designed to resemble a car and uses hydrofoils to keep waves and noise to a minimum. In case you didn't know, Oman just experienced a tropical cyclone which resulted in flooding all across the country. There's a company that makes pool tables that tells you where the cue ball will go. This is called Rainworks, which is art that only appears when it rains. A group of scientists found this incredible jellyfish off the coast of Mexico. These jellyfish are typically found about 5,000 feet beneath the ocean.
There's a different crab that we want to try and grab.
Okay.
Esmeralda,
Yes.
which one is You said there was one that was further down the.
Have you ever seen an elephant wearing a knee brace? Elderly people frequently break their hips when they fall down, so a company developed these airbags designed to protect hips. When this device senses that a person is falling, the airbags automatically deploy. This same sort of technology is being used on people who ride motorcycles.
Wow.
There's a hotel in South Africa where elephants come right up to the pool for a drink. This is called a derma clip, which helps heal wounds without using any stitches. Someone designed a concept to help firefighters put out fires in very tall buildings. This machine would use multiple drones to help fly and rescue people who are stuck. Every day this cat comes to this butcher looking for any extra scraps of meat. This is what a completely automated warehouse looks like with over 1,000 working robots. The robots receive an order from the consumer and then instantly carry out the task. In preparation for the 2018 Men's World Cup, a company in Russia started making water bottles in the shape of a ball. That might sound pretty cool until you realize that the ball acted as a magnifying glass when placed in the sun.
Пил вчера канистру к чемпионату мира. Это хорошо мы встали. Бдительные, блин. А люди могут вот так оставить и все. И чемпион.
This is called Handy Move, which is a system that helps disabled people move around their own homes. This is what roads look like in the Middle East after a sandstorm. This artist is using ink that brightly shines in the dark.
This drawing was great. I had to be very careful not to get any of the glowy ink on my fingers because I was touching the paper a lot with my left hand, and I knew that very easily I could start smudging, and any smudging would be so painfully apparent.
A few years ago, Dan Mancia lost his eyesight from a rare eye disease, but that didn't stop him from skateboarding. He still skateboards by using a stick to help him avoid running into things.
Yeah!
This is Pitch Lake, located in Trinidad, and is one of the few natural deposits of asphalt in the world.
And what's that mean? Is it not sticking on your foot at all?
Wow. Native Americans actually use the mud from this lake to seal their boats to keep water out. The lake naturally produces methane, so the bubbles that rise to the surface are flammable.
And Derek McGee splits.
This company developed a bed that's supposed to calm down your baby. All you need to do is strap in your baby and the machine starts moving. The company states that this rocking motion helps simulate as if the baby was still in the womb. This is the Falkirk wheel, located in Scotland, and is currently the only rotating boat lift in the world. The wheel was created to help connect the canal to a different waterway, making transportation much easier.
This is Gilby. Who is it? Garanuk?
A company in Sweden started making beer out of sewage water. The water is taken from the sewers to be filtered, cleaned, and used to make beer. The purpose is to show people that treated water is perfectly safe to consume.
För att slå hål på fördomarna och få folk att upptäcka att renat avloppsvatten kan bli en del av framtidens lösning, slog nya Carnegie.
Despite the fact that you're drinking beer that was in poop just a few days ago, almost 100,000 people voted the beer a solid 3 out of 5.
Oh! Oh!
Someone invented an airplane that would have the ability to detach and parachute safely to the ground in the event of an emergency. This is how a factory in Vietnam makes holes in designer jeans. Here's a cool visual of what planets would look like in the sky if they're the same distance from the moon. Beehives sometimes get really hot, so to help cool things down, bees will work together to get some air moving.
Bees will actually stand in the opening of the hive and they'll blow the air out or suck the air in to try and get some ventilation going inside the hive. And normally when they're in a commercial box you can't really see it so good.
This is called a sea bin, and it's currently being used to clean up dirty harbors. Trash and other rubbish fall into the bin without harming any sea life. The company states that they have never had a fish or any form of sea life fall into the bin. Many of the streets in Los Angeles are being painted white as a way to help cool down the city. The hope is that the streets will have a more difficult time absorbing radiation emitted from the sun. There's a zoo in New Zealand that traps you in a cage and lets lions crawl all around you.
No. You know they stopped there because so many houses were getting damaged.
Police officers are using new technology when trying to stop fleeing vehicles. This device gets caught entangled in the suspect's wheel, which allows the officer to slow down the vehicle from behind. These guys found a truck that's been abandoned for over 2 years, so they decided to see if they could hotwire the truck and get it running again.
Also cheap like Walmart light stuff too.
Yeah. The only thing that's... Yes, it does.
And that's how it's done.
This company figured out a method to extract honey from a beehive without disturbing the bees.
And that goes into the honey leakback point. The bees keep the hive at about 35 degrees, which means the honey comes out quite warm. You can feel the jar and feel that the honey actually is a little bit warm.
These are called brittle starfish, and they can be found on the coast of California.
Large groups of these brittle stars are often found together at low tide, under rocks and in shallow pools, possibly drawn by concentrations of decaying organic matter, which is a favorite food. These groups can include other animals.
You can make gold dissolve and disappear by placing little tiny drops of mercury on it.
I decided to add a page of gold leaf to this blob, and this time it was much faster and, in my opinion, a lot cooler. One thing I should mention though is that this effect is a little bit exaggerated because the gold leaf has a super high surface area. A solid gold chunk will still amalgamate, but it won't be nearly as spectacular.
These people made it possible for you to have the DNA of your loved ones tattooed in your skin. They take the hair from a loved one, mix it together with colored dye, and place it under your skin.
In your hair is about 20% carbon. In a multi-step process, we extract this personal carbon and manufacture a unique tattoo ink out of it.
Would be a great idea if I could have my children under my skin as a tattoo, so we are connected forever.
This is called the tablecloth cloud effect. As the clouds seep over the mountains, the warm air below evaporates the moisture, keeping the clouds in one place. This is what it looks like when a frog swallows a lightning bug.
I wonder how long it'll live.
That is so cool.
This is how they make giant industrial-sized metal springs. This guy made a car-bike hybrid out of plastic tubes and tinfoil. This is called an orange oak leaf butterfly, and they can be found in South Asia. They have the ability to turn from a dried up leaf to a beautiful butterfly just by moving its wings. Gum getting stuck to sidewalks is a problem in major cities, so a company decided to take all that gum and recycle it to make shoes. There's an organization where 6-year-olds race each other on bikes that go up to 50 miles per hour.
Ross Maguire right on the back of Johnny Garnis as they go through the left-hander. Casey O'Gorman dives, can't get through.
It's all about the back marker. Maguire second, and the back marker has helped out the race leader. That's won in the race.
Yeah, Johnny Garnis is going to have this now with one more lap. It might have been different. To wait for a good opportunity. That looks to me like Casey O'Gorman has got himself back in the third. We've got a bike down. Is that Dylan Mellor? I think that's Dylan Mellor who's gone, and Ryan Hitchcock's gone with him.
Looks like Mellor has.
This is an axolotl, and they love to play in bubbles. Here's what it sounds like to switch from an electric motor to a combustion engine in the same car. This is what every pub in England looks like when they score in the World Cup. These doors keep activating each other's sensors when they close, which means this could go on for a really long time. This guy owns wolves that love to eat fruits and vegetables. This is what happens when you inject luminol into a solution containing 10% bleach. There's a McDonald's in Australia that has a really neat way of sending food to their customers. This is what a $1 million humidor cigar chest looks like.
Yeah. Wait a second. Did I stop it?
An organization created a ball that's pretty much indestructible for children from poor countries to play with. Have you ever seen bugs throw punches at each other? This is called a bellow, and it's something alligators do when they want to warn other alligators about coming into their territory. It's also used by male alligators to attract a mate. This is the Holloman Air Force Base located in New Mexico. The base has a high-speed test track that is over 10 miles long and can send objects to speeds of over 6,000 miles per hour. In case you're wondering, this is how sound effects are made for movies. This guy was born without his right arm, so he created his own prosthetic arm made of Legos.
That keeps my arm inside the actual limb. So this is the arm from my point of view, and as you can see, I can move the hand like before, and I will show you how I can grab things with the mechanism I built.
Here's some fun facts about orcas. Killer whales are not whales at all, and they are actually the largest type of dolphin. They typically travel and hunt together in something called pods, which usually consist of anywhere from 15 to 30 orcas. There's a cafe in Japan where people can grab some tea and then feed the raccoons that live there. This is how to subdue a cobra without harming it. You basically need to distract the snake in the front and then come from behind and gently grab it.
To the ground and then thumb and forefinger. Touch. This one go. Touch. Catch in the backside. See, this one also dangerous for
Red Bull Media House made a movie called North of Nightfall where 4 professional bikers went up to the Arctic Circle to ride down a massive mountain. The closest hospital was over 12 hours away. Firefighters in Croatia were watching a crucial penalty shot when they were called to respond to an emergency. Here's what the migration pattern of 118 different bird species looks like in North and South America. This is a Shetland sheep, and these sheep actually don't need to be sheared at all, as their wool can be pulled right off.
How you get wool off of a Shetland sheep. She's already to the midsection.
A Russian engineer developed the plans to create a flying train with the ability to hold up to 2,000 passengers at once. The benefit about this compared to a plane is that arrival times would be extremely precise. There would be no need to worry about air traffic or waiting in line with other planes to gain clearance to take off from a runway. This person helps totally random people from getting a parking ticket by pretending that the car is hers.
I'm right here. Oh my car. Please, thank you. Hey, I'm right here. Please. Thank you. Appreciate you.
This person is walking on a slackline over some rough waters without any safety rope attached, and he almost falls off. This is a cuttlefish, and they have the ability to rapidly change skin color as a way to communicate and hide from predators.
Isn't that just the cutest thing?
This is called an assault breacher vehicle, and its purpose is to destroy roads and sweep for mines. By completely leveling the road, the rest of the convoy does not need to worry about landmines. The German military made their own version where they take giant metal chains and spin them really fast. There's something called a motorcycle chariot, which is basically a regular chariot, except the horse is replaced with a motorcycle. This person was riding their motorcycle when a car suddenly cut them off. These researchers had some fun watching this fish eat, but look what happens to this little snail.
That scared me. Look at the snail peeking down, saying, "What just happened?" Oh my gosh!
Saved.
There was a fish there a second ago.
Saved.
Oh no!
Here's a baby giraffe standing up for the very first time. Here's a good example of the kind of traffic firefighters have to drive through during an emergency. This is the Red Lotus Sea located in Thailand, and it's a swamp that's totally covered in red lotus flowers.
Yes.
This person was running away from the police when a group of cows joined in.
Actually, the large group of cows is following her for a good visual. Looks like they may attack her.
102 alert, I'm gonna give you my flashlight. You can tell me where to go from here.
Keep going southeast. She's pretty far into the field now. If you see the large group of cows, they're literally following her and chasing her.
Yeah, I'm bracing her shot.
Alright, alert, we got her lit up.
This is a parrotfish, and when they sleep they just kinda stay still, but they do something really strange if they don't feel safe. Parrotfish have the ability to make a bubble made out of their own mucus to protect themselves from blood-sucking parasites while they sleep. This is what a 3D robotic billboard looks like. This is the Sharp ATV, and it's pretty much the ultimate off-road vehicle. Despite how huge it is, it's actually surprisingly lightweight. Here's a graph showing how fertility rates around the world drop as countries become wealthier. This family ordered some pizza, and the pizza boy showed up and started playing on their piano. In case you didn't know, this is what daytime fireworks look like. This plane in Canada was called in to extinguish a fire in the middle of a road. Nobody was harmed, and unfortunately the video gets a little cut off at the end. This is the largest wave that was ever surfed. Back in November 2017, off the coast of Portugal, the surfer rode a wave that was over 80 feet tall. This figure is created by sending an incredible amount of electricity through glass and plastic. What's cool about this is that the design will continue to flicker with electricity for up to 30 minutes after the initial discharge.
Wow. You missed that.
We need a windscreen wiper.
This person attached a drone to an umbrella to make it look like it's floating over his head. This is the Greenland shark, and it has one of the longest lifespans of any animal. This shark has an extremely slow metabolism. Their metabolism is so slow that they're not even biologically ready to mate until they reach about 150 years old. The oldest Greenland shark ever recorded was found to be about 400 years old. These sharks are also extremely slow, with a maximum speed of about 1.6 miles per hour. Because of how slow they are, scientists are not exactly sure how they hunt for food. A boy in Venezuela created his own handheld video game using cardboard and plastic bottles. In the year 79 AD, the city of Pompeii was buried after the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. In the year 1748, excavations began to unearth this ancient city. What you see right now is drone footage of what archaeologists from the past several hundred years have brought to light. This is the Midsummer Eve bonfire located in Norway. It's an annual tradition used to celebrate the summer solstice and the longest day of the year. This giant tower is created by climbing up and down these wooden pallets.
This is a sandfish from Egypt. How cool is that? They do their swimming in the sand.
There's a device you can put on your guitar to automatically tune it.
A few seconds and you are good to go.
This person created a Stirling engine made out of soda cans and a candle. A Stirling engine is an engine that only needs a heat source to operate.
Hey man, can you hurry up in here? I still got a shower.
This bear was injured in a wildfire in California, and these veterinarians decided to use the skin from tilapia fish to heal the wounds. Medical professionals have discovered that the skin from tilapia fish actually speeds up the healing process for burn victims.
Because she's so painful, and we try a new therapy. I put those bandages, the tilapia skin on her feet, and right after we got done and she woke up, she stood up for the first time and was able to walk.
A company created a backpack that stays in place while your back moves up and down. This technology is being used to make it easier for US soldiers to carry equipment.
Okay, unlock.
This is a blue sea slug, and although they look super cute, they're actually extremely dangerous. These little guys eat some of the most venomous jellyfish in the world and then store that venom in their own skin. If a human touches one of these guys, they will receive a potentially deadly sting. There's a restaurant in the Maldives that's completely underwater. In 1997, a group of people in France decided to build their own castle using only the tools they had back in the 13th century. The castle is located right next to a forest where all their building materials come from. The castle is expected to be completed in about 6 years.
Les maçons vont continuer à élever la porte entre deux tours. Soutenus par les carriers et les tailleurs de pierre, ils vont relier les deux tours par un arc formant assommoir.
Many reptile breeders tickle the shell of an egg to see if it's ready to hatch. This method is only used to see if the baby is strong enough to break through the shell.
Do you love me too? No? Oh no! I think he loves me.
Yeah, I got you. I got this on camera.
This person bought a giant stuffed bear, jumped inside, and then went to Walmart.
Wait, turn right. Turn right. Come on.
Now teach me how to Dougie.
That is too cute. I mean, seriously.
This is called the Seakeeper, which is a gyro stabilizer to prevent the boat from rocking back and forth. At the bottom of the boat, multiple stabilizers are placed to shift the weight in the opposite direction of the natural motion.
Of every boater's experience, because stabilizing the roll motion is stabilizing the worst motion of a boat. It makes people sick and tired. This will come about, we think, the same way that safety and comfort have been built into automobiles.
This is a Eurasian wryneck, and they have an interesting defense mechanism when they're captured. These birds make their body as skinny as possible and move like a snake to try and scare predators. This is called a self-starting siphon, and is a simple shaped tube that can move liquid without using any sort of effort. Many people actually used to make tubes like this to steal gas from gas stations.
Let's see what happens. Watch it closely. We lower it in, water level comes up to that first bend, over, down, around and out. And it only just made it. In fact, it wouldn't have if that hill were too tall or the water level weren't right up to the edge there.
This is a giant dragline excavator built by the Soviet Union. This incredibly massive machine doesn't have any wheels, but it moves by walking on its feet. During the Vietnam War, this is how the Viet Cong would hide from US soldiers.
大家呢度個土地就係靠山，
結果正常大家會。
Not only was it difficult to find the enemy, but the Viet Cong also set up numerous booby traps. This is called the arch lifter, and it's a medical device used to fix your neck. The device locks your head in place, while gravity is used to straighten out your neck.
The arch lifter is a new and unique cervical traction device that relieves the tension and pain that build up after a hard day's work. The arch lifter is designed to apply traction forces precisely to give you the neck and back pain relief you need in under a minute per day. The arch lifter uses balanced traction forces by applying those forces to the front and the back of the head.
This is called a Japanese wood plane, and it's a tool that shaves off extremely thin pieces of wood. To give you an idea of just how thin these sheets of wood are, your typical piece of paper is about 100 microns thick. These wood shavings are sometimes less than 16 microns thick. These are some of the quickest gunslingers in the world.
4:59 on 1, a 5 flat on 2, no time on 3. No time on 3. A 2:95 on 4.
That is a new world record.
New world record, 2:95.
This is what a $367,000 signing machine looks like. It has the ability to perfectly replicate anyone's signature.
Now that we have the sign plotted, we're going to go ahead and remove away the material we do not need. After we finish weeding, we're going to go ahead and tape over the letters. It's a diamond grade. Basically, at night, this is what, when your headlights hit, shoots it back in your face. And there you go. You got a completed stop sign.
This is Peanut the trucker cat. His owner drives a big semi-truck for a living and likes to travel for thousands of miles. This is what conditions are like for over 100,000 people living in Hong Kong. With so many people living in such a small area, these people pay over $150 a month to live in a cage or metal box. To make things even worse, about 15 people have to share the same bathroom. The military in Ukraine decided to show off how advanced their weapons are. Despite being on a boat, the gun is so stable that it can balance a cup of water. There's a train in Thailand that goes straight through a marketplace. This is the USS Arizona Memorial, located in Hawaii. When the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941, this ship and over 1,000 US sailors sunk to the bottom of the harbor. What makes this memorial so interesting is that over 77 years later, you can still see oil from the ship rise to the surface.
Look at just coming up again and again right in here. Look at
The bark from this tree is used to make cork for wine bottles. The bark grows back on the tree about 9 years later to be harvested again. The average cork tree gets harvested about 12 times in its lifetime.
Nice.
This is called a persistent train, and it's a rare occurrence when a meteor leaves a trail behind. This isn't actually smoke, but a result of the meteor ionizing the air. The meteor is moving so fast that it actually strips away electrons from molecules in the air. This astronomer found a persistent train that formed in the shape of a ring. There's a restaurant in Japan that sends you noodles through a series of bamboo tubes. You're not supposed to take all the noodles, so people further down the line can have some too.
Good afternoon, everyone.
This is called a red-throated loon, and it's a type of bird that likes to dive for food. They have the ability to dive to a depth of 30 feet and hold their breath for 90 seconds. There's a sport from Norway that's pretty much a belly flop championship. The objective is to have the most painful dive possible into the water.
27 år altså. Andreplass fra 2015. Har mange signaturer, skal vi se. Gå for sånn. Holmsbø dødskrets.
A few days ago, Japan experienced their most powerful typhoon in over 25 years. This is what it looks like when two octopuses fight. It got to the point that it looked like a giant octopus burrito. Coca-Cola made a machine that instantly turns your soda into frozen slush.
Oh, whoa.
That was a cool. Okay, that was cool.
Whoa.
If you take a lit match and place it inside of a microwave, you can create plasma.
Come on, come on. Here we go.
Plasma can also be created by microwaving grapes. Scientists put small light bulbs all over this fake arm to see if an electric eel could turn them on. In South American countries such as Colombia and Brazil, you'll see people perform at red lights. These researchers were studying a group of beluga whales when they noticed something strange. One of the whales was actually a narwhal. This narwhal has been swimming with the same group of whales for over 3 years. About 3 months ago, a new type of rock was discovered in Lake Superior in the United States. These are called euperlites. They look like regular boring rocks until they're placed underneath an ultraviolet light.
So this is what they look like without. You can see there's a couple different patterns going on. And they fluoresce very brightly under long wave UV. Quite a few different flavors. White light back on and take the UV away.
Oh my goodness me, it's a smooth knobtail gecko. And it's very beautiful and I love geckos. They're very cute. Yeah, this guy's very cute. He's so cute. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe I found one. I've never seen one of these in the wild before.
This is a peacock mantis shrimp, and they're one of the most fearsome predators in the animal kingdom. They hunt for food by punching other animals to death. They have the fastest punch ever recorded at speeds of over 50 miles per hour. Their punch is so strong that they can break through the glass walls of aquariums. A zoo installed a new security camera, and it scared the snow leopard. This is a golden-tailed gecko. What you're looking at is extremely rare footage of their defense mechanism used to scare away predators. When the geckos feel threatened, they shoot a sticky substance out of their tail. This web is also extremely foul-smelling and will make this gecko smell really, really bad. Unfortunately, this type of gecko is currently suffering from habitat loss in Australia. This truck was being repossessed when the owner jumped in and tried to drive away.
Aggravated Bájate, bro. Bájate, loco. No.
This artist created a 3D printer using the power and heat from the sun to make objects from sand. This is a marine iguana, only found in the Galapagos Islands. They're the only type of iguana in the world that can swim and dive for food. Many of these iguanas can hold their breath for up to 30 minutes long. When racehorses are about 2 years old, they begin hard training to become the best. Since the horses are so young, their body is not ready to handle this type of training. This is a monorail that runs with the horses and protects them if they trip or fall. This is the Ames window, which is an optical illusion that was created in 1951. It's a two-dimensional object that appears to be transparent. When you place objects on this window, it appears that the objects are passing straight through.
The window appears to pause and go backwards, but the matchbox keeps coming and floats out past this edge of the window. You can see that, you can even see the pin. But watch what happens here. The ruler's coming, window pauses, window goes backwards, and somehow or other they go through each other, even though you know they can't do it.
Underwater?
Yeah.
Whoa!
This rhino ran right up to this photographer and demanded belly rubs. This is called the double wrench method, which is a super simple way to break open a lock.
And then the second one at a 90-degree angle. So let's see what happens when we try this. Okay, looks like we broke something, but it's not completely open. Let's try that one more time. There we go.
Sometime in the 1st century, a nomadic tribe in Saudi Arabia carved this tomb from a giant rock. There's over 100 other similar tombs scattered throughout the desert. These tombs were built for the wealthiest and most important members of their society. This is how a sea cucumber eats. They walk on the floor and throw sand in their mouth and digest whatever organic matter they can find.
And what we see the holothurian doing here again is consuming sediment.
They are able to eviscerate their guts, for example, and that will then stick to the predator and confuse them.
Happy baking, everyone. Here we have some brioche dough, which goes into a bun divider. Push this down, divide it, and now we're going to round it for a few seconds. And voila, you have equal 36 pieces.
This company made a device that allows you to create and animate your own holograms.
And you look at it and you interact with it, there's no clunky headgear, there's no extended setup.
There's an artist that likes to carve pillows out of marble. This is a polarizing filter, which is used by photographers to remove reflections from surfaces such as glass and water.
Filters can get rid of reflections from many surfaces such as water, or glass, or even book spines.
There's a cat that likes to go skateboarding. The owner pushes or pulls on the board while the cat goes for a ride. This is the largest and most expensive sailboat in the world. If you want to rent this yacht, it'll cost you at least $300,000 a week. These ducks were rescued after they spent their entire lives trapped inside a house. They have never seen a large body of water until now. The ducks actually refused to go in the water until volunteers started throwing them in. A few days ago, there was an earthquake in Indonesia, followed up by a tsunami that flooded the shoreline.
Astagfirullah. Ya Allah. Astagfirullah.
Very nice, a little UFO.
This company developed glasses that blocks out computer and TV screens. Some people find electronic screens to be distracting, so this makes it easier to focus.
I discovered that when you actually flatten and when you rotate a regular polarized lens, you can block out LCD and LED screens, and those make up most of the displays for TVs and computers. So we had our screen blocking glasses.
And so we spent the past year researching manufacturers, materials. We've done lots of prototyping.
This is the tallest outdoor elevator in the world, located in China. The elevator takes passengers to a height of over 1,000 feet in 60 seconds. This company made some Halloween decorations that make it look like there's an actual ghost in your house. A special projector is used to make the hologram illusion come to life. It's possible to create a bridge made of water by using electricity. Scientists are still not entirely sure why water behaves this way.
Straight across that guy. So I'm going to bring it up, voltage up. Now I'll bring the voltage back down.
A few days ago, SpaceX launched another rocket into space, and it was beautiful. Here's a great graph showing how much the sea level has risen since 1880. There's a Japanese artist that uses shadows from everyday objects to create giant imaginary worlds. This person set up a machine that makes you a free scarf while you wait for your train. All you need to do is power the machine with your legs for about 5 minutes.
Come here, Willow. You're a cute pumpkin. And Sophie's a good grandma.
I hope he knows how to turn.
So do I.
Oh my god.
About a week ago, there was an air show in Australia where planes flew really close to buildings.
No, it is.
Boston Dynamics made a robot that's capable of doing parkour. There's a pen that uses a scanner to match the color of pretty much anything. Once something is scanned, the ink in the pen mixes together to produce the desired color.
It works by using a special color sensor to read the colors you scan. And a smart pump mixes and dispenses the colored ink. Scanning is simple and fast, so you can capture those colors in an instant.
Boy? Who's a good boy? Are you the goodest of boys? Is Darren a good boy?
These are probably the strongest gloves in the world. These gloves are strong enough to protect you from sharp objects, blunt force, and extreme heat. These two little bear cubs were rescued from the cold weather.
We need a piece of rope.
There's a shovel and the rope.
Yeah, there's a shovel in there too. The steel one will help. Steel shovel, Mike.
This rattlesnake thought this tortoise was a rock and decided to go for a ride. This is Salto, the one-legged jumping robot.
Whoa.
There's a barber that helps people with thin hair look young again. The top of the client's head is shaved off and fake hair is glued right on top. The glue can last for about a month before needing to be reapplied again. This is Julian Carr. He's a professional skier that likes to jump off cliffs into giant piles of fluffy snow. This jump was over 200 feet high and he walked away completely unharmed. This is called the octopus jig. It's where you have 3 people play the same 3 instruments at the same time. This is what a CT scan looks like without the cover on.
As it speeds up, it's taking images, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah.
It's taking more images.
Yep.
And that improves the quality.
This is called see-through, which is a special device that allows firefighters to see straight through smoke. This device uses augmented reality to create an outline of structures inside of a burning building. The hope is that firefighters will be able to move through buildings faster and easier, which will save more lives.
The see-through technologies, it's pretty amazing just how it gives you depth in a room, shows all the edges.
The see-through technology is amazing. It absolutely is. It's cutting edge. It separates thermal imaging from anything out there in the market.
Back in 1993, a company tried selling the first hands-free phone headset.
It's that easy. Hands-free, pain-free. You'll wonder how you ever lived without it. It's perfect for remotes. Now talk hands-free anywhere, anytime. Office work is a pain for Mr. Phone in the Neck, but you won't miss a beat with hands-free freedom.
Sometimes baby goats misbehave and can't stop running into other goats. As a result, farmers sometimes have to cut off their horns to protect other animals. Many goat farmers have learned that the quickest and easiest way to protect others is by using pool noodles. These foam noodles are cut and placed right on top, which is a great alternative to removing their horns. I'm not sure why, but there's a bunch of viral videos from China showing a praying mantis lifting heavy objects. This is the White Temple, located in Thailand. It's a Buddhist temple that was constructed by a local artist in 1997. He used his own money to fund the project and believes building the temple will give him immortal life. There's a keyboard you can buy that spits out letters and numbers. This is called a multiple launch rocket system, and this is what it looks like in action. I found someone who cooks little tiny dishes of food. Los Angeles sometimes goes months without any rain at all, but when it does rain, a ridiculous amount of garbage goes straight into the ocean. The LA River has a severely outdated drainage system that funnels garbage from the city right out to the ocean. This is the Taj Mahal. Many people have seen this, but they still don't know why it was built. There was an emperor in India who was so distraught over the death of his wife that he preserved her body for 22 years. During that time, he created the Taj Mahal as her final resting place. There was a fashion show in Turkey, and a cat showed up on the catwalk. This beverage company designed a vending machine that gets stuck on purpose. The vending machine is designed this way because the drink tastes better after it is shaken.
He's coming.
This person was arrested and placed in the front seat of a police car. When the officers were busy talking, she took off with the car.
What is she doing? Stop! Stop!
David 136, suspect just stole my vehicle.
After a few minutes, she was tracked down and captured.
About
This will be tougher to steal. This is one of our updated, hard to steal models.
This person was cleaning their car when another car came out of nowhere. The victim didn't experience any major injuries as the driver of the vehicle claimed to have pressed the gas instead of the brake pedal. A company in Australia is trying to design a wave machine on a lake so people can go surfing. Many countries such as South Korea have a big problem with hidden cameras being used in public bathrooms. In order to make sure that their privacy is safe, many people are using cameras that find hidden cameras.
These special red lights are specifically engineered to bounce off of the reflective surface which all camera lenses have, no matter how big or small they may be.
Ooh.
Put it down. I need to put the bowl down nice and gently.
These art students made Halloween costumes of famous and iconic paintings. This company made a bench that makes it easier to make friends with strangers. This person was raised by his stepfather ever since he was 3 years old. At 19 years old, he asked his dad to officially adopt him.
What? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
Adoption papers? But
are you kidding me?
This lizard has the ability to create its own air bubble to breathe underwater. The bubble moves up and down because the lizard is recycling its oxygen supply. This gives the lizards an ability to hold their breath for over 16 minutes long. This person found a dead squid washed up on the beach and gave us a close look of its skin. This person was driving around in California when they saw a meteor fall right out of the sky. Here's what the mountains of Iceland look like. This is a single-cell organism, and it's about to die. When it dies, it doesn't stop moving, but instead falls apart into little pieces. I know a few months ago I made a video about the tallest statue in the world, but it looks like India just built one that's even taller. The Statue of Unity is now the tallest statue in the world. The previous record was 420 meters, but the Statue of Unity stands at 597 meters tall. The statue was created to pay respects to what many people believe is the founding father of modern-day India. This person discovered that you can pick locks by using a pumpkin carver.
Let's get a tension wrench in there. And that was pretty quick. Let's close this out with this Brinks cable lock. And that one was pretty fast as well.
This isn't a computer animation. This is a ferrofluid clock that uses magnets to move fluid around and tell time. This is Migaloo, which is probably the most famous whale in the world. He's an albino white whale, and he's usually seen on the coast of Australia. There's only 3 other known albino humpback whales currently in existence.
Get on video. Johnny. Please.
This person makes flying holiday decorations by using drones. It only rains about once a year in southern Madagascar, so when it does rain, all the tortoises come running out to grab a drink of water. This is just a regular, boring paperclip. You can bend it in any shape you want, and it won't go back to the way it was before. What makes this other paperclip so smart is that you can bend it in any way you want, but it'll still remember what it originally looked like. This paperclip is made of a type of metal called nitinol. Nitinol is an alloy consisting of titanium and nickel that has the ability to remember its original shape when placed in hot conditions.
Well, let's throw it in. Isn't that amazing? It's a paperclip again. Let's put it in there. Let's try a spring. We deform it. Look at that.
The person was filming this wild bear when an eagle swooped down and attacked it. In case you didn't know, plants actually move around a lot, they just do it really slowly. So this is a pretty neat concept on how people might go shopping in the future. Coca-Cola has these special bottles that can turn their wrapper into a ribbon.
Stop. Stop.
This person explains why you need to be careful if you see dead grass on your lawn.
This just looks like a patch of dead grass. We don't see anything going on. We peel this up. You guys can see how cute these little guys and how small they are. See how cute they are?
NASA just released some incredible video footage of what a rocket launch looks like from space. This is called the lion's mane jellyfish, and it's the largest type of jellyfish in the world. The top of the jellyfish is typically about 2 meters wide. These fish are swimming very close because they're using the tentacles as protection from predators.
Саня, ты чё за пируэты, Саня? А, Саня? Санечка, ты чё это такое, Сань? А, Сань? Чё за выкрутасы?
You can turn your garage into a porch by using the screen door. This company developed a fabric that has the ability to repair itself.
NCT is a fabric that can self-heal small holes and punctures to the fabric. NCT is a lightweight, water-resistant nylon ripstop with resealing and repairing capabilities. Naturally, nylon ripstop is extremely durable due to its endlessly repeating chains of building blocks that are woven into the crisscross pattern. When the already durable nylon is punctured, the nylon threads aren't actually broken. They're just pushed apart.
These guys wanted to see how accurate they could be while using their wingsuit. This is what it sounds like to beatbox using helium. And this is what it sounds like when you inhale sulfur hexafluoride.
Oh my god! Oh
These are scallops, and this is what they look like when they swim around.
Oh my god. That's so funny.
This is what it looks like when planes come in for a landing and there's a thunderstorm nearby. When the storm covers the airport, the planes scatter around like little ants. This teacher was caught on camera absolutely losing her mind. She walked into class holding a pair of scissors and started singing the national anthem.
By the twilight's last streaming, whose bright stripes and bright. Next. I'm not done. Next. Next. Then I pick you out. Oh, no, no, no. Don't touch me.
No.
Liz? No, Miss G.
Okay.
Miss G. Or the breath parts we watch.
She was arrested by the police a few minutes later. This cat was born with a condition that prevented him from learning how to properly move. Everything about this cat is perfectly healthy, except that he'll never be able to walk straight. In case you didn't know, this is how sumo wrestlers sign autographs. A scientist at MIT helped create spatial flux as a way to stabilize a person in a zero-gravity situation. This artist created car paint that changes color and design when exposed to water.
After me because he knows he can bite this.
fabric. Did you see him chase me? I'm gonna move again.
This guy lives on a busy road and got tired of people stealing his packages all the time. He set up a fake package that makes a small explosive sound to scare people that try to steal it. This company made a device that's supposed to work out your face. They claim that using this product will tighten your facial muscles and remove wrinkles.
両側のウェイトを利用してバーを揺らすだけがパオ運動なんです。パオ運動は1回30秒を1日2回、つまりたった30秒からの簡単トレーニングだから毎日楽しく続けられるんです。
This person bought a $55 bicycle lock and wanted to see how strong it was. Here's what a baby shark looks like while it grows in an egg sac.
This is extremely rare to actually see one of these egg cases with the shark inside.
Last year, the United States forced Volkswagen to recall over 350,000 cars because of cheating on emissions tests. As a result, there are lots throughout the United States with Volkswagen cars sitting idle. Almost every single car will eventually be crushed and recycled. The amount of detail that went into making this painting is pretty incredible. This might look cute, but this baby will probably take over the world sometime soon. This is the first public road to be made entirely from plastic. Instead of sending plastic waste to a landfill, this company decided to put this trash to a better use.
Are developing a new kind of road. It's a road that has many advantages over existing products and that contributes to solving some important global problems.
This road is much easier to build as they can simply be placed together like Legos. A plastic road can also last up to 3 times longer than a regular asphalt road. These are Tibetan monks, and they spend days or sometimes weeks making a beautiful sand mandala. They carefully place each grain of sand in just the right spot. And once they're finally done, they destroy it. They destroy the artwork as a way to teach to never be emotionally attached to anyone or anything. It really doesn't matter how much time and effort you devote to something, because eventually everything will be destroyed. This is what it's like to go kayaking in Norway. I was in a public bathroom and I saw something that I'd never seen before. So after you wash your hands, you don't have to touch the door. This is called linear friction welding. It's a way to weld pieces of metal by pushing and rubbing them together.
Linear friction welding is ideal for joining blades to discs in turbine manufacture. They're called blisks. And these are some images of welds made on the new Linfrick machine here at Abington.
That's the end of this video. Hopefully I made your day just a little better, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later!